grew up from this village, ILUPEJU, EKITI, former Egusi and Esheta towns, which merged together to become ILUPEJU, EKITI. And my name is OLADIPUPO AJAYI. Was born by Mrs. Victoria AJAYI and Joseph AJAYI. My mother was a trader. My father was a soldier. And of course, eventually after retirement, become a logistic business person. Yeah, my growing up was very, very interesting. As I told you, I was born to parents that are into business and of course professionalism. And I have a community that are basically farmers. So when I was young, that was my first school. My mom introduced us to trading. We moved from one village to another village here selling clothes, jewelry, and whatever is going on can bring money to feed us. And my father resided in Lagos. I'm from a polygamous house, and from a father with 5 wives. And you know that one means survival of the fittest. When my mother tried her best to ensure that she educates us, and we mix with the community, go out with them on farming in the morning, interestingly, to pick fruits from the farm, go to primary school, Methodist primary school, ILUPEJU, EKITI. But before we go to school in the morning, around 4 a.m., we go to the farm to pick fruits. And then we come back 1 or 2 times to sell it in the market, which is available in the town. And in the afternoon, we sell the wares, which include jewelry. You can see why I'm saying I love for jewelry, but I don't use it often. And then we sell clothes in the evening along with my mom. We will sell kerosene. So basically there was no time for laziness, no dull time in our life, very exciting. And we still go to school. Primary school, as I told you, I was a bellboy. I'm too short of time. That's why today when you get to my rooms, you will see wall clock. And when you get to this compound today, you will see the symbol of a bellboy in the primary school, in the chapel, in this compound. So growing up, I have the ability to mix with my peers, both children of farmers, traders, and of course the teachers. So I never miss my time of interaction up to date. So the foundation of that, of having to be the friends of farmers, children farmers, traders, and of course the professions, which I call teaching, has really imparted a lot of what I can call initial impetus to learn trades, to be professional. Probably that is why I'm an architect today and the head of architects in Nigeria, Architect Regional Council of Nigeria, the president of ARCON. So I think all those influence us because in those days too, we go to Sunday school, full of activities. We read the Bible, we have lessons to learn from we're introduced to the Christianity early enough because the altar where I get to go, they brought Methodists to this village. So from my mother's side. So it has been an exciting life actually. Grew up in the village, no regret. Probably that informed why I should come back here to build a small bungalow as soon as I finished my service for our mom, who probably was living with the old family in the town, which is an exciting 2 bungalow. And she prayed for us that we will be able to build our own in the future. Probably the prayer was answered because I see no reason why I should build another house here when it's not commercial. So this and that informed my love for this village as a childhood. We was attached. People loved me a lot when I was young. Despite the survival of the fittest, I am still loved because I was known for being hardworking. trading, going to the farm to assist farmers in planting yam, rice, because rice is doing well around this place. You have yam, rice, and cocoa. All those things I participated very at tender age before I left the village before my completing my primary school education. And it takes me to another town, Elisha, with my uncle. I stay with him. I can tell you also that I'm a chef. So I had to stay with him, cook for him. Promise that if you send me to the university, that could be very, very exciting. Because I want to come from a very humble home. So that takes me out of this place, expose me to what my peers here cannot get. I think my childhood have been very, very, to me, what they call poverty. I won't say it's poverty. I will say challenges. Because I really surmount the challenges. People are attracted to me. They quickly take me on in their families because they know that they have something to gain. They want me to attend their children, both male and female, ironically, because I was good in mathematics. I teach some of them mathematics. From there, during holiday, I get free food, in their homes. It's not that we lack food, but I can tell you that I'm the son of no man, eventually, because in every family, I was known. I think practically speaking, with my exposure, both the village life and outside this village, up to Elisha, then up to Lagos, has imparted a lot of knowledge. And upon all, God himself has really been fair to me in all things, because there is scarcely anything I ask God that he has not done in my life. I don't ask for too much. I ask for little. But that little, God has really done it. That itself is always giving me joy. When I'm low, I say, what next? So I think that's basically my life as a young, growing person. I've known how to have confidence in myself because I have unknown backers. It means I can turn to the left and right and then get assistance, despite the fact I come from a humble home. It has been an interesting thing on my way up, and I can show you that God himself has been the pillar of whatever I achieve today. As I told you, I've been part and parcel of the communities, because there were two, and I was one of the president of student union in those days in the town, different towns. And because I happened to be president, I was one of the people who agitated and led the students to meet the elders to agree to bring them together, the strength of which you saw with the king. I actually started the design and construction of that building you are today, pro bono, as young as I was then. And people started contributing, and the result of what you have seen, so many elders came together to contribute. Taking this place level, I think we've just concluded or achieved the raising of the Oba to grade 1, which has been a big problem to them. And they've just been given the LD area council, which we accelerate the development of the town. And when you are there, you must have seen that in that vicinity, you have the court there, you have they are converting the hall to a school of nursing, and I don't think you have the opportunity of seeing the market. The whole community contributed for the market under the leadership of Dr. Femi Babalola. And the present person in the evening today, if you move around, you can see there's a solar lighting street. It wasn't done by government. Here we rely on our strength, we rely on our resources, and we are very determined. And people around, community around us, they really appreciate us, and they want to be like us. We don't wait for government before we do anything. But taking ILUPEJU forward, since I told you the basic thing we are known for are trading and family, I can tell you that very, very soon we will expand the town so that young people can come in, traders can come in, the students that we are building, the nursing school, the population will increase. With a population, of course, tapping from the neighboring town, we have a university, federal university. Definitely the flow of the expansion of the university will flow to this community because we are very, very friendly and we work as unity. Despite there were two towns, I can give for free that when they want to achieve, they become one. So I have no doubt God's sparing our life, or my life particularly, they know I'll be contributing and quietly, and I continue to still lead them, to still contribute and use the little intelligence and resources that God gave to me to ensure that I assist the community to the greater height. That I can assure you by the grace of God. Yes, the church aspect, I can tell you, during my struggle to discover myself, the church you saw is a place that I can really, really put behind me or look the other way, despite the visual worshiping they are doing now all over the world. Why? My father was an Anglican. As I said, we come from a polygamous house. My mother's side was Methodist. We grew up in the Methodist side, so we were introduced to Methodist by our grandmother, Fawenu. You know, when you have no EPA, the women will rally around you to ensure you get educated. And of course, he introduced you to good things, values in that compound. So when we were growing young, after working with school certificates, which I made grade 1, my school certificate, I was employed in the bank immediately, specifically Wema Bank. Spent a few years. But on entering the university, that church you saw, then the leader they give intelligent, as I said, making grade 1. It's not I will use another means to get the scholarship. I happen to be one of the few selected who enjoy, I think, 5 Naira scholarship then, which was big money because they gave 4 of us, and which I will still continue to do that. That small money was used to buy me ticket. And then you enjoy it. So having finished university, I believe, with my family, and my wife happened to be a Christian background from Baptist. So there was no cause to campaign to her. She always key to what I'm doing, since both Baptists and Methodists are Christians. So we continue Methodist. And we were able to ensure that every year we do something. So when she was 40 years old, I asked her, what do you want me to do for you? She said, anything. But anything, as I say, where do you want me to say? Anywhere. So of course, as a man, I think I took advantage of doing the vicar house, built it, design it in her name. That's why you see her name there, where the pastor stays today, when she was 40. I think it was a surprise that day when we visited, we opened the whole thing, she nearly collapsed. So she was grateful to God also. Over the years, we moved when my mom died also. We feel that mom was known for savings. For an old man of 92 or 102, to have saved about 1,250,000 naira, we now add to it to build the place. We just feel that we should immortalize it. You must have seen, we call it lighthouse, where children can be educated, or people want to get married, all those kind of, instead of doing the big church. So, and it took me time and my family to be able to build it, because it was time when things were so tight with us. But it is said in the Bible, except God build the house, the laborers are working in vain. And continue to pray until God answered us. It was an occasion, very interesting. The lighthouse is there to propagate the word of God. And then the scholarship quietly also, in a little way, we are giving children the upcoming, because you must go back. You must give back since God has assisted you. We are seeing is something that I will still want to really expand to ensure that intelligent people, talented people are assisted to be great. Because if had not been assisted in my way up, being shared with people, go to farms free, get some resources, sell it, use it to buy little into school, maybe I wouldn't have become an architect today. So if I have extra, even if I don't have extra, the little I have, I always share it. Because I must tell you that in God, I'm a very, 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 very committed person. God. As an architect, don't expect me to be too gentle. Don't expect me to be too dull. I can tell you, I can be very hard, but I can tell you, in God, I do everything I do. Well, people, maybe they just say it or they don't mean it. They believe not an ordinary man. I dream, I'm a dreamer. And I don't allow my dream to leave me without doing something towards it. I dreamt I should build a house for mom, put 2 bungalows, which other people, when they come to town, they can be using free then. But people, before come back, the beds are broken down, no maintenance. Mom will not be happy. So I visited a country they called Como in Switzerland. And I saw a relief, which is like this place. I didn't think of building a house. I was busy looking for palm kernel to feed my factory. Don't be surprised, an architect trying to establish a palm kernel factory. I did. You will see the drum, big drum there, was part of the dream that I will have tons and tons of palm kernel oil and sell to people and make a lot of money. And probably leave architecture on one side. Because I was looking for something that would make me to retire at 60. Then. So, unfortunately, electricity did not make it work. Out of aggression, I'd bring the tanks to ILUPEJU to give water to the community. And the community so much love it. But government came and bring their own water system for 2 years. They failed. By the time the thing failed, I couldn't go back because this was already gone up. So I left the tanks still there, and I still believe that it can be reactivated if government of the day is not give them water, because water is life, and I believe strongly in that. But that one takes us to this place. We believe that I started thinking of the water, that we should get water. I dreamt I had the water here, and started digging that gorge you saw in the front. Here I want to see. We can see it's madness. It can only be an architect digging a place looking for water, just like we call it Meribah here. Just like in the Bible, Moses struck the rock, water comes out. My own rock did not produce water, and I did not leave it until one day that my assistant here said he saw water dripping out somewhere at where you have the elephant sculpture. That's why you put it there. Water start coming out. We have to locate how do we get a bowl that will produce water. We got it, and that is why that will produce Meribah water for my wife. The water there, which eventually the dream did not come pass initially. Eventually, it came. And the borehole I've been using for over 20 years now. It means the spring water have been gotten. So we now start thinking, what can we do around here? The relief of the high hill, like Como, as I told you, on the hill, and water down. That type of thing never left me. And what, as I told you, my wife is always cooperating. If I say a dream, I want to pass through this wall, and this is the entrance. She will follow me to pass through it. She so much believes in me that I'll pass through the wall instead of the entrance. So I think I had an advantage of that in her, because you need somebody to reaffirm your dream, to say, go ahead, go ahead. Because you don't have anybody to say, go ahead, you may not be able to achieve it. So eventually, we were able to establish the water. We pump the water to the hill for people in town to benefit. That now comes, dream takes you to another dream. Failure takes you to another failure. Failure takes you to success, if you can wait. So I waited, I started thinking, why don't, since we have water around here, can't we do some hotel? I designed the hotel for the whole place. And my uncle was a minister then, came. He said, what are you going to do here? I said, I want to build hotel. He said, no, build your own first. You have been in houses for people, for my mom, for my cousin, for myself, everybody. That's how we canceled, we left the hotel business, and we started this particular edifice, which you call edifice. It's supposed to be, I'm an unusual thinker. Being on the relief of a hill, I wanted to do a house that would be underground, like rodent, where you have rooms underground, and there'll be landscape on top of it. And I told him, and the man said, you must be mad. People will think you are doing something else around here. He checked the drawing. He said, you are mad. He went to go and tell my mom then, Dipo is crazy. You want to live inside the ground. So the design is still part of what we have today. I had to redesign it to listen to him, because we normally listen to our elders here. Either it's right or wrong. Well, that's our own generation. And it helps a lot. So that's what you now have today. I was looking for crazy, unusual house that would last, that be timeless, a timeless house. And you can see every year I paint it. In as much as I'm still alive, I will keep it timeless. And we started thinking, and I go back, I say, you have the dream, you stop it, don't leave your dream, come back to it. We now came back to the hospitality, which is the hotel. By that time, the house was on, the landscaping was on, the hotel now keen to it. The only difference, the hotel is no more extensive. Instead of chalets, we now combine into one box, and we have 24 rooms as of today. Not really for the money-making side, is to add to the development of my town. Because I know as a Lagosian, which you can call me then, I know that whatever goes for 50,000 in Lagos hotel, this standard, we are taking, you have been there, I take 8,000, 7,000, which is ridiculous. And it came handy when the university was started here. They started making use, they even take it for 3 years, 1,000 per night. We generously, I gave it to them. And I still have a letter now. They wrote to me that the post-chancellor has been staying here since the university was established. She is going to stay here free by February. Of course, I like to contribute to communities and individuals' life. It's just like the Bible. You must do the best thing in life. You will not sleep. I may not know how to quote it well in the Bible. When you really want to assist people, you will not be able to sleep until you do it. I think that one too is my life. I think of people, I think less of myself. So drawing my graph, all the challenges I have are never personal. They are trying to assist people, relation, friends. They don't make me to sleep. I don't want, which takes me to business world. Unless I succeed in a business, I don't sleep. And when I get returns on the business, I eat little. Which means you ask yourself question, where are you working? So I'm working for the people, as God is working for all of us. So these are I think it's the grace of God with all the activities I've gone through, accident of our time, losses. It's the grace of God that still make me to live to this age. And I think it can only be God. We don't tell stories of challenges. I've gone through a lot of stress, strain, and oppression. But yet, I reached this age, not in poverty, not in soul riches, but I'm comfortable. I'm at peace with God and with myself. My wife always says something that my loyalty is to you first, because I knew you before I know your children. It's a sort of comfort to me after I argue, because I can tell you as an architect, I want to see the root of things. It gives me foundation to plan tomorrow. She has been very, very faithful, supportive, loyal, and she hasn't have no cause to complain about asking her to support me in my mission of life. That itself she's an embodiment of love, support, and of course, somebody you can rely on. That does not mean that we don't have our challenges as a man, but I can tell you that most often we have argument or quarrel, or whatever you call it, we settle it by ourselves. When it comes to, women can be, they want things in their way sometimes. You inform very close friend and things are sorted out. So these have been the instrument to navigate life up to this day. And you can see that I said she should be here when you talk to me. It's not you alone. Anything I want to do, I say they should tell her. She is a minister of that. It shows I know she will not betray me in things. So I think I wouldn't have called for more interesting marriage than that. And I think that one we extended to the children. You might say they are very lucky, they are luckier than me. I'm a village boy. I'm a survivor of the fittest. I'm from a polygamous house. But yet I'm not polygamous because I've been serious discipline. We taught them in the ways of the Lord, because they say, teach your children the way of the Lord, so that when they grew up, they will not depart from it. And when any of them misbehave, we jointly rebuke them and put them right. As they are growing, they will have their own way they want to form. We can't force them. We can only pray. There are certain days you monitor, you tell your children. There's a time you leave them to discover themselves. Because in our own case, we are very lucky when we are growing up. Nobody asks us not to do this, do that. We pick values along the road. We join them together to become what we are today, which is very interesting. That's why our generation, I don't think we have mental health. I don't think we have distress. Somebody must occupy your mind. You are not lonely. I think loneliness can cause problems because they didn't go through the fire. They didn't go through the stress that we went through. Wake up 4 a.m., still go to school, sell things. In the evening, your food may be ready for you. If you don't sell well, you are not going to eat. If you sell well, they're going to put you in a special room where we are going to eat pounded yam, which was the best food we had when we were young. In their own case, that is success, you have to give them food. We have to pamper them. We don't want them to suffer the way we suffered. Actually, as I keep on saying, I don't believe I suffered. I had challenges during my time. So I think carrying from the mom is the light to the children. Is whatever you said to the children that they will develop with, and they will ensure that we are one, a family. If anybody goes wrong, nowadays with technology, we have platform where such a person can be rebooked. We have where we can talk to you, don't behave like that, you can't do that. So I think advising and teaching them the will of the Lord has really bring us together. There could be little here and there misunderstanding among them. We are able to curtail it because God gives us the little resources to be able to make them to respect us, because that's one is important. Well, thank you very much. I think it's of two parts. My struggle to the top of architecture has to do with the work I'll be able to do, contributions, because nobody gets to where I am today without being a registered architect. And before you are registered, you must have produced a lot of works that people could see and they give signature. That's the first part. Myself as an architect, myself as president of ARCON, is another thing entirely. Very political, And my work as a person, professionalism, has been very interesting. I've been very lucky. Why? And hardworking. There is nowhere I design in those days, I'm not saying now, that people will not ask questions. Who does the house? So what they call in America, referrals. So people call me, or the time you design. I don't think now it works like that. You understand who designs Suzo building? Can you see us? Of course, I was always open for competition. I love competition because I will beat you to 10th position if I contest with you. Because I will spy your own, I will join it with my own, I will do that. By the time we are doing a competition, I will come first. So maybe you'll be in the 10th position. So that's how I said I was lucky. I was endowed with God gives individual talents. In the Bible, said power to speak in tongue, power to dream, power to do it. I think it's in one place in the Bible. I was given talents to dream of what my clients will require. And when I present it, it's accepted among my competitors. So the greatest job I had was to get 5 master plan. Master plan is a lot of a job in the state, in the country. We won it. Even white people pick us. And that one brought us to limelight, to be fair to God and man, and to individuals who are very, very wealthy during my time. Shifales to do me. Trusting that I should do the house, very mighty, he will be there. He threw me to the limelight. My cousin, someone in this, and another person in Kano. So I'm like a national architect. So I've been known through my own profession. Call it luck, call it God's. I've been very lucky. Even if it's a bungalow I do, because I give thought to whatever I do. I'm a quiet thinker. And when I come out of my thinking, I cannot be wrong without they want. So professionally, the design helps me a lot in reaching the heart of the people. Because I did not have anybody to back me up. I was son of nobody, but I become son of everybody through that profession itself. That is professional practice entirely. And all along, my wife was also supporting me. She doesn't query me, why am I coming back in the night, 2 a.m., 1 a.m. I had to meet them in the clubs, go and do all those things. I'm not a club person, but I forced myself to join some because that's where you meet people. They ask us to go and meet them in those days, come and show them the drawing. So she was not complaining about that. She wasn't nagging on that because it could have been otherwise. When you can't meet your client on time, then you are recognized. So the profession, the talents, natural talents helped me, brought him to limelight in general. Then concerning the political aspect, I was appointed by my state, also fell out from my talents from professional because I redesigned the Faji Park in Ado, you must have seen it, and one bank there, still sitting down, Omega Bank in those days, was one of the intimidating buildings in Ado EKITI. So I'm always lucky to be called to design prime places. I don't know what I've done, you know. I think that's a gift from God. So the political aspect, you can imagine you have to be the ARCON is like a country because each architect is appointed in each state to represent them. They are actually representatives of the governor. Governors are supposed to be in that council. But the governor, because of their duties, they must pick the best in their state. I don't need to tell you then that I was the best then. You know, I was picked since the best should be representing, even if there are people that are more intelligent than me, I was appointed. So that itself is very political. So we ditto for Kano, ditto for your state. Which state can you come from? Cross River State. So it appears there is no state I go to today that I will not have a friend. So that one brought me to limelight. When I was a VP, go to Kano, Sokoto, which I've never been. And I have friends. You see there, my PhD there is from Zaria. He has been coming here every Christmas. So even last year, about 2 or 3 of them will come. You see their pictures of my council members. They come to spend holiday around here. So, having been the president of the 36 state architects, including Abuja, it's like you are running the country. There will be tribal sentiment. There will be, you know, so many complaints here and there. And during my time, they have a lot of cases between two councils under us, and they go to court. I met 15 lawsuits on ground. By the grace of God, I was able to win 15 for the council, 13 for the council, and 2 are being negotiated. So we started the ARCON house. We did Lagos office renovated, and so many things that extend our accreditation to abroad. We are now accrediting universities abroad from Nigeria who are reading architecture. And in Nigeria itself, you can imagine going to almost about 100 universities reading architecture to ensure whether they are compliance, they are doing well, whether we should withdraw the accreditation apart from individual licenses. So all these things is a very challenging work. But nonetheless, this is my second time. I really enjoy it because I met people and they be so wonderful in that world because they cooperated with me. I'm like their oracle presently. They give maximum respect to me as their leader, and I will be able to solve the quarrel that I've been lingering for 10 years recently, which is one of the most important things to me in my life. God didn't look as if we will not be able to resolve it, but I use my local experience here of making 2 towns to come together to become one. It's a model second to none in Nigeria. Unknown to them, I use the same magic there to ensure they come together and they are one now. So these are the greatest things that God has done in the political fora of architecture. Yes, it's a difficult thing to say because I told you I joined some clubs. I'm a member of the Ikoyi Club, Yoruba Tennis Club, Lagos Country Club, but I hardly go. I travel. I can say that going out of the country, well, it's a bit slow me down because it's very difficult to confirm that one is a workaholic. I think I am one, because over the years I need to crawl from poverty. You know what I mean by crawling? It's not easy to jump except you have done something unusual. It's difficult to crawl from poverty to what you are. Well, during this political era, it's possible to just transform one day and become a millionaire or a billionaire. But because of the difficulties of somebody from humble background, I had to make sure that I put 80% of my time to work. And now 90% because of the second part of my profession, political appointment, how I call it. The other one is means of livelihood. And you know, as you know, this is your country also. It's difficult to really get out of poverty. But I can tell you that I am not rich and I'm not poor. That's all I can do. And itself makes me to start thinking to relax. So you can suggest things to do for me to make me more relaxed, to make me more, what can I call, to get sanity. Because everybody needs to get loose at times. So your advice is very important on that. You teach your children the way to live. You advise them what to do. What is important that I did not get fully from my parents, my wife and myself, we have given it to them. Not even locally, they were all trained abroad. And you know the meaning of that. When a humble person is able to train his or her children abroad, not even abroad of Ghana or in Europe or America. So which means an instrument has been given to them to survive. The next thing to hold it, which we have told them, is for you to ensure you have good character. Good character is one of the instruments when we give license to them in architecture. It has a mark to see whether you have good values. Don't ask me, how do we know? We know. We know. So I pray that they'll be able to sustain the values that we pass to them. We have never been to the police station to go and answer questions. Nobody has accused us of pilfering on site. Nobody has reported us anywhere. We have been going to the religion, social, and of course leading the community. Legacy to leave behind are those things that are tangible and intangible. Our company is a leading company who are providing, through hospitality also, providing accommodation for Nigerian students in most well-established universities in Nigeria. And they are there physically. Our company is a company that has veered into finance industry. And those things also are tangible. But character, I would love to leave behind. Respect, I would love to be behind. And the fear of God. If you are able to go around your world like that, you can't see what happened behind you. I say you want me to get worried about myself. A day I'm dead. I stop worrying. It's not left to you to keep the values, to keep those intangible and tangibles very well. With character, you will see helper. If people like us could get help, I told you from rural people, they give you food, yam, in the church, they give you scholarship, small scholarship, and we survive. They are better placed to play better role in the future if they can hold character in their hand. Those are the values.
Yes, I believe strongly in culture, particularly EKITI culture. So I grew up very young here. My mother and father were born here, and I was born here. And I grew up with the culture. When we were young, we go to watch festivals here. Unfortunately, nobody has been able to document them. And since I'm not an academician, I'm an architect, I choose to be using symbols to represent those things. From this demarcation is the residential part of this, which shows my work as a professional architect. And also, my mother taught me trading, who was my first professor in trading. So by grace of God, I combine both trading and professionalism in my life. And that is why you see this place divided into two. You have the demarcation here, which is the residential aspect, and to show some of the great things that I've learned and I've participated in life. You have the old house there in mud. I still met mud houses in this town. Two towns combined together to become ILUPEJU EKITI. I was able to immortalize such things. That's why you see thatched roof. You see people pounding yam. We like yam a lot, pounding yam a lot in EKITI. You have people grinding pepper. Those are things we are done when we are young. You have people going to the farm. You see the culture. You have people playing games. Ayu. I don't know where you know Ayu. Ayu is people that are playing. It shows how great you are if you win. Then you see people that are fishing. There's water here. That's the man there, which you are looking at, trying to catch fish. He has caught some fish and is going back to the kitchen to go and cook it. You have the elephant, which in those days we used to see elephant coming from the hill in ILUPEJU EKITI. So if you look around very well, I've been able to immortalize some of the great things, culture that we are used to when we are young. And that is why you have the house itself, overlooking water. I have a talking house, which is, I believe strongly, is a talking house. And it's a timeless house. Anytime you put your paints, you put some things, it comes up. So it means the house will never die. I was thinking of great things, profession, some things I can put together that even after my exit in this world, it can still be talking. A lot are left for the young generation architects to learn from this house, because it took me only about 15 years to build, and it has been there now for 25 years. So it's just not a new house. I ensure I maintain, because maintenance in Nigeria is so bad. So I try to ensure that I put in place maintenance culture. The design itself disallow dilapidated building, because the walls are covered with eaves, which protect the wall from being dirty. But still, nonetheless, we still paint every year during Christmas. I like coming here for Christmas with my family. I enjoy it. This is why I left. I'm 70 soon, and it's me. I've been here for 70 years by March, this coming March. So I'm so happy that the house is still looking well after 21 years of age. Then this compound is divided into three, as I said earlier. You have the business center, because my mom taught me how to do trading. Then you have the hotel, you have the water factory there, which belongs to my wife. And whatever we get here, we used to maintain this place. So this place, if they are able to do the business well, I'm very sure that the house will live forever. So why after academics, people will still appreciate it. It's very open to students of architecture, built environment to come and they have the thought to talk here, to write, and to get inspiration. That is why I feel that it's a successful project in this part of the world. an architect, and in the field of architecture, I've gotten not less than 50 awards from that profession. Particularly, I'm the head of the regulatory body in architecture in Nigeria today. I'm the president of Architect Registration Council of Nigeria that regulates Nigerian architects and then regulates universities in Nigeria in terms of architecture. I think it's a great achievement in life. Considering my humble background, one would think one shouldn't have been able to rise to that level. But with God's grace, I've been able to struggle from nothing to become the president of Architect Registration Council of Nigeria. And apart from that, in my hometown, they say the prophet is not recognized in his hometown. I am recognized in my hometown. Maybe I don't know, I've done the first, and I'm the Asiwaju of this town. That means the meaning of Asiwaju means the leader of a community. So if there's anything going on here, I must be present. I must also give back my own token to ensure the town is developing and bring social economic activities to the town. All of that people are emulating us. We started some businesses. We have event center. We have so many hotels. Here in this place, we have the water factory. We have the hotel, about 24 rooms. We have you can see fish pond here, and you can see what you can see. We have a chapel where we pray to God to bless us every time. And in fact, particularly at the end of the year, it's an interesting venture in life. When I look back, I give glory to God for so far so good. As to the award, there are so many to be named. I've got in my profession, I've got in the community, I even got internationally. So award is something, if I start mentioning names, will not be able to catch all the time. But what gives me joy is because I am an architect, basically. I told you earlier on, my first professor was my mom, who taught me trading. And the trading helps my profession, so I can combine it to make income. Well, area I would have gotten regret would have been coming here to put this, I will know the economic value of life, of ventures. One would say it's an unyielding asset, but it is not. I don't think it's a regret. Rather, it has value to my life and the community as a whole. So looking back, I'm a person, I don't regret anything I do. I don't cry over spill milk. I move on. I don't sit down to say I shouldn't have done this. Whatever I do that is bad, I move on. And whatever is good, I give glory to God. And I still have so many ideas to do. We are developing a lot of things because we want to help humanity, particularly students. You can see them and they are enjoying themselves in the park. We have established a lot of hostels in Nigerian universities, particularly Federal University of here. Altogether now, I think we are provided for more than 7,000 students in various universities, University, Agogo University, Federal University of EKITI, and University of Lagos, and still counting. We're actually starting one very soon. I think we have started. We have cleared the place to provide the accommodation for nursing students in EKITI State. We are using our own funds through the bank and ensure that these children can get good life, particularly the female one. You see them living in a place, no toilet, no bathroom, and our country is looking the other way. It's not so healthy. They are the future of the country. The way they live now will show how they are going to behave in the community in the future. That is why we go into all those areas. We are developers, after being an architect. They love housing, love student accommodation, of course, and so on and so forth. And we have moved a lot in going to provide accommodation for students in Nigeria. Well, I'm a very restless person right from roots. We situate on the hill, and in the Bible they say people on the hill should not sleep off. God, in those days, they keep their eye on their enemies. So more or less, majority of people coming here are very restless people. So I'm an architect. As I told you, first and foremost, I was a trader. My mother trained me how to do trading. In the university, I was doing trading. By the time I graduated, I took my profession, and I'm at the peak of the profession. So also, every profession, if you permit me, if you other people not jealous, every profession is under architecture. Build medicine, you must build a house, you must learn about it. Build it theater, it's part of it. Music is part of it. So agriculture also is part of architecture. We have about 50 hectares here where we rear cows, and then fish. We have 14 ponds, which we attempt to ensure that it works around here. So we acquire it by ourselves, and we are still continuing. And I wish to retire to the farm, in short. Parents must be very, very updoing. They must ensure that they train their children when they are small, in their youth, to teach them both hand and brain, not brain alone. They should be able to encourage their children how to use their hand at homes, not this living home for nursery school to crash to so, and they come out with brains, but they cannot use their hand. So I believe that journey of the future starts from age 6. Age 6, I've been climbing this hill, was that place before I came here. And we have been going to the farm 5 a.m. After that, we have to go to and pray in the morning before going to school. That's why we see that sharp there. You might see it or you can even trace it there. We see a big bell. I was a bell boy. After coming from the farm, I had to ring the bell by 7 for them to come to school for prayer. So I am used to it. That is why in the Bible it says, teach your children the will of the Lord. When they grow up, they will not depart from it. I think I'm an example. Because my mom will not allow us to sleep till 7. We must wake up, we have to go and pick fruits, agbaluma, they call it those days. We sell it in the morning. We use the money to buy amala or eba before we go to school, or rice. So we are working with mom, with our parents, for like fun. Even though we abuse you have not done this, but it has shown us that the only way is to teach your children the way how to walk when they are young, so that when they grow up, when your parents are no more, you will choose a career. I think that one helped me a lot, and patience, and believe strongly in God. I never give up. I believe in failure, and I believe in success. You fail, you succeed. Not this time around, you want to use computer to do yahoo, make money. It doesn't last. There'll be a time when law will catch up on you, and you lose all what you think you have been doing. So I will employ the youth to take to professionalism at every cadre. In that vocation, you should have a vocation. It's very important. When you have a vocation, money will come. I'm so convinced that if you are hardworking and you are truthful, the one that will keep you going, you get it. And what is important in life is for you to have 3 square meals and probably 2 shirts, a trouser. I remember in the university, a friend of mine, when we want to go and visit the ladies in those days, he borrow me his t-shirt, and when I come back, we wear it to go and visit his own very interesting thing in life. We are never too greedy, but today we have thousands of shoes, thousands of shirts. You could see what we are doing today. We are changing, but we never use it. You can't use twice. You can't use a cloth at a time, 2 clothes at a time. So patience, and there must be consequence for actions in the country. For lack of consequence, we get rottenness in the country. I believe that parents should ensure that their words, their children must face consequence. We should be able to correct them when they are corrected. At the same time, you see the children correcting their parents. It didn't happen all the time. When they say don't do it, either it's wrong or right, we don't do it. So it upsets a lot. My own, they are gone now, but I'm here. I'm facing my life, So also everybody. So I will advise young ones to ensure that they concentrate on what they are doing academically if they have the opportunity. If they don't have the opportunity, they should learn vocations. Just like what you are doing. You have passion for what you are doing. I'm highly impressed anyway. So if everybody is occupied, that is the economy. Not people digging their hands to government money and taking it because they have chance to lead. That is what we have presently. You have the House of Representatives, you have senators. I never be part of any government. It's my handwork that brought me to where I am today. So I'm not saying people are not working, but what are they giving back? This one is giving back because it's an unyielding asset. This hotel, as you see here, we pass any hotel in Lagos, we are getting barely 5,000, 7,000 to sleep there overnight, which will go well for 40, 50 in Lagos. So these are on giving back to develop the environment, to let the young ones learn that they too can do more. That's what I have to leave behind. That Yoruba says it's work that can make you a great man. Trading is what can make you rich. Work, you will eat. Trading, you will be rich. Iṣẹ́ lọmọ aláṣẹ jẹ, òwò lọmọ aláṣẹ là. That means working will enable you to eat. But trading will make you a rich person. That is what we strongly believe. Like my 70th birthday, my children, my friends, they want me. I'm a birthday boy. I celebrate my birthday every year. Why? In the Bible, they say, count your days so that you can apply to wisdom. I'll be celebrating God. I'll be giving back to God. I'm in 9th of John Wesley at very tender age, which shows that I must have given back to church and community. God made me a giver in my small world. So I have to turn everything back to God for pieces. They are taking me out to go and celebrate God. Of course, celebrate me also. So I can only give the glory to God for what He has done so far. Majority of my peers are gone, are incapacitated. They cannot do what I am doing now. I still have strength. I think you and me race now, I still beat you in second position. I feel it so. It's God. It can only be God. Thank you very much.